Hello, we are SIX60 and we're here chatting with Milky.
I think it's become more and more refined. Perhaps the topics and the themes have always been similar, but we've just got better at kind of getting to the salient points, and I think people hear that in the record Castle Street. I mean, we're thinking a lot about our origin story, and in a way we lent into this concept of the prodigal son, and that, you know, that kind of returning back to home, which is why Castle Street made so much sense, with this record being the place where we met and we started and we formed our musical bond. We also just recently purchased the house, and we've formed a foundation and a charity to help aid kids through a musical journey and higher education. So, and then on top of that, still we found ourselves caught and stuck in America through COVID, thrust back into living with each other and making music under the similar kind of energies and circumstances like it was back in SIX60 Castle Street. So that was definitely in the air. This music is definitely, it sounds like a band. You can hear everyone's individual personalities in the records. So it is just quintessentially, hands down, SIX60, impossible to replicate. Yeah, and that's always what you're after, right? Is trying to get to your true authenticity. And I think we've achieved that in this record. Very proud.
Well, we actually got into the studio with a lot of demos, like a lot of demos. And then on day one, threw them all out and just started again. And so it was just five of us with guitars, just trying to make each other feel something and try and find some truth and find something that, So it became a very natural thing. So it wasn't overproduced, it wasn't overthought. It was in the moment, and it was whatever we were vibing with at the time. And so it's got a really natural feeling to it. And then, with our producer Malay, he was able to help us refine it even more and kind of put some magic sprinkle on it.
In 2018, we were doing some sessions in LA, and we just managed to get in the room with him with the song "The Greatest," and that was our first experience with him, and we hit it off really well. So much so that he actually flew out to New Zealand, and he just said he was in New Zealand, and we had some beers, got drunk, and basically said, well, let's do an album. And the last album, the People's album, released in 2019, was him on the whole project. And then from then, we just kept the relationship going, and he's been really, really, really great. I'd personally choose the song Bitter End off our previous album. I think it's a beautiful song about just thinking about life and where it's going to take you, and your hopes and dreams.
Yeah, nice. Tahi, which is the first song off of the new album Castle Street. The opening track, conceptually, Tahi is number one in Te Reo Māori, which is the native language of New Zealand, but it means more than that. It means kind of a oneness and a collectiveness, which we managed to achieve in making the album. Also, I think sonically and conceptually, it captures all these things we're trying to get across. It really taps into a primal thing that binds all humans. It's not like we're not really getting on the nose or being so literal about something. It's just a feeling I think is kind of undeniable. So I'd say Tahi.
Maybe right now, it changes every day, but right now I'd say It Now. It's kind of, it's almost like a collection of songs that are somehow a cohesive one song. I think it's really beautiful in the verses, and really punchy in the chorus. It's dope.
Yeah, a song that represents us. I'd probably say Hang On. It's a song about basically everything we are, like chasing after your dreams, the battles you go through, the idea of never giving up, basically. Yeah, I think that perfectly articulates who we are and what we do.
And there's a song called Nobody Knows on the new album. Just from the get-go, that song, the sound, it just transports you to a different place, and you can't help but just feel different straight away. So I really love that song.
It's like the drumming on it, don't you? You can probably answer this, but I really love the line in Say It Now, which is, fear is nothing more, nothing less than giving who you are all of yourself. Yeah, I think that's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer. That's good.
Well,
answer. Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Well, back off. All right. Jesus. My bass playing is really good.
Yeah. A close second to his bass playing. A line in Before You Leave, which is, thought I was holding up the world, but I wasn't even standing. And with all the things and the times we've been together and the things that we've gone through as a band, and then all these, as additions and people having partners and kids and all that kind of stuff as the band continually grows. I think that's pretty cool statement of like what we've been through and all that. That stuff. We can't help but think about performing the songs and how they'll translate live. We started it as a live band. We cut our teeth and learned our craft on the stage. Before we had any right and purpose of standing on a stage, we stood up there and started making noise, and we were not afraid to just kind of let it hang out and learn and cut our teeth in front of people. But with this album, it wasn't like it was part of the conversation. We just can't help it, and we're performers naturally. So the melodies that we come up, the very sing-alongable music to us is a method of bringing people together. So that determines the rhythms, the drums Eli plays, the lines Jai writes, that amazing bass playing that Chris does, the guitaring and the keys that Marlon plays, and the melodies and the lyrics that we put together. It sums it up when you get the opportunity to watch us and perform this album live. So buy tickets. What I'm really getting at is buy some tickets, for God's sake. Well, I think the best show they've ever seen. We've been doing this and crafting our skills for a long time, and we're good and we believe in it and we include people, and it's a place for all types of peoples, for all types of backgrounds and beliefs, and we pride ourselves on that. This world that we've created and this music is literally for everyone, and it's a place for everyone to come together and be themselves and be proud. So yeah, expect to feel the love.
Oh, Eric Clapton.
McCartney.
Yeah, nice.
Silverchair's diorama was pretty big for me.
Oh,
Fantastic.
whoa. Transformers! Oh, what would it be? That's a tough one.
Willy Wonka,
Willy Wonka, pretty cool.
the OG one. Not that Johnny Depp debacle.
What I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
Preferably like nothing.
Yeah.
You're so in the moment that you just
Miley.
Miley. She's just being Miley.
Mine was Queen. Another one, Bites the Dust.
As the resident Aussie, I'll say my first concert was actually Powderfinger.
nice.
Get a Kiwi answer.
Oh God, it might have been like the Black Seeds, something like that.
It's very Kiwi.
Yeah, the most Kiwi thing ever.
One of ours.
Eden Park. 660 at Eden Park.
660 at Eden Park.
Oh,
Spice Girl.
Backstreet's back, all right.
We basically are Spice Girls,
We-
right? Like, we are the Spice
We are the
Girls.
Spice Girls.
Scary down the end there.
Okay.
Got brown spice going.
God, and mine's already taken.
Guinness Spice.
The Guinness.
Guinness Spice.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Punk Spice.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Eden Park for me, definitely.
There's Eden Park was a big one because we were the first to perform that venue at home and iconic. But we played this one show, and I forget even what the venue was, in Christchurch. Was like our first gig outside of Dunedin when we started, and I just remember getting up on stage and playing a song, and everyone singing the words back to us. And there's this scene in this movie, Oh Brother We're Out There, where they get to the final scene, they perform Man of Constant Sorrow, and they're surprised that everyone knows the words. And that's what I thought about when that happened. And they start singing the verse back, and we all look at each other like, oh, yeah. What? Yeah. Oh man, there's a song that's just come on the scene recently, actually, and we're in this Uber in LA going to get something to eat, and this guy was playing, I think must have been like Korean Chinese music, and I can't even pronounce the title, but I think it says Chinga Chinga at one bit.
We'll send it to you.
And we'll send it to you if you put it in it, because it's just amazing. And I think before we have this playlist before we go on stage of like really outrageous, mostly ridiculous country music, like Pretty Good at Drinking Beer or Red Solo Cup by Toby Keith. I don't know, it's just something that makes us smile and laugh and brings us together. Yeah. I'm looking at the Beatles poster over there. They're pretty hard to go by to pass over. Let's say they're the goats. So buy that thing. Yeah, go ahead and get it, because
You only live once.
yeah, buy that car.
YOLO, they say.
It's a hard one for me. I felt like I found myself a little bit in this position. I've always sung for as long as I can remember, but when I met these guys down in Dunedin, we just started playing for the love of like performing live, and it was never really on my radar, but I fell in love with it through doing it, and then it just became a reality. So there's really no one date.
I knew I loved music when I was like, that's probably one of my earliest memories. I used to play the coat hanger as a guitar. My fingers used to bleed all the time. I played it so hard. I don't know. But that was, I've never stopped since then.
I played music since I was like my youngest memories, but I think I went to a local punk show when I was like 13 or something, and that I was like, I want to do that. I could be on stage, because I just didn't know you could be on stage until I saw someone else doing it, and so that was it.
Yeah, I think it was actually quite similar to Mud. I didn't really think it was something I would ever do, but I always enjoyed music and I enjoyed playing guitar. So just pure luck by meeting these other guys, ended up doing it and falling in love with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as well. Never really wanted to be a musician. I just really didn't want to be a sheep shearer. And yeah, that's basically it.